I do apologize for the delay. Apparently, there was some issues with OBS, and I really don't know what happened. But what matters is that it's working, and I'm going to be able to do the streaming as promised. So let's go ahead and let's get this party started right now. So, so as promised, basically here's it's the second part of Goldeneye 007. So again, so for all of you on Twitch, I'm glad to be back. So, all right, so we're just gonna pick up where we left off last time, and see if we can try and finish the second mission. So again, so if everyone out there, yeah, we're just having there was just definitely a little bit of a delay in trying to get OBS to work, but luckily though, that's not the case anymore. All right, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and let's get this party started. Okay, let's see here. Keep wondering like how to have this thing. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. All right, so let's go ahead. Alrighty then. So of course, in keeping with picking up where we left off, basically I'm in the second mission, and essentially I have to gain entry to the laboratory area, rendezvous with 006, destroy all tanks in the bottling room, and try to minimize scientist casualties. So let's go ahead and let's give it a whirl. Inside the chemical weapons factory, you should quickly and efficiently proceed to the bottling area and place demolition charges on the main gas tanks. Political considerations demand that collateral damage is minimized on this mission. Non-military personnel should be disregarded. You'll be working with 006 on this assignment. The bottling room is the rendezvous point. Don't forget to contact our double agent scientist before you leave, and warn him to get out. He will provide you with a decoder for the final security door. There are no women or casinos for 1,000 miles, 007, so even you will be able to concentrate on this mission. Alright, now listen carefully, Bond. Those bombs will be armed as soon as the last one is set. Don't be too close when you set them off, or you'll go up in flames as well. And while you're at it, please try and bring back that door opener undamaged for once. Too much rough handling like the last mission, it might go wrong at a bad time. Honestly, 007, sometimes I think you damage your equipment on purpose. These chemicals could prove to be a match even for your pheromones, James. Don't take too many risks. And knowing James, he tries not to. But then again, as he once said, accidents do tend to happen. You know, I keep forgetting. Let's see. Okay. Sorry. You need to use the bathroom. Whoa, whoa, hello, come on. One at a time. Jeez. People just have no class these days. Okay. Yep. Some people just have no class these days. They really don't. All right. So let's see here. In fact, come to think of it, let me just go ahead and work a little magic on my Twitch channel just to make sure it's actually just to let everyone know, hey, don't worry, I'm not buried under rubble. All right. Oh, that's right. Uh-huh. All right, come on. Okay. All right, so this should do the trick, or at least I hope so. Let's face it, half the time. Okay, all right, yep. Hold on a second. All right, well, never mind. No need. Everybody pretty much knows now I'm live. All right, so let's get back to the action. I was trying to do like a live post, essentially. But that's not what you're here for. All right, so let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. Again, for those of you who are just joining me, welcome. I am pretty much doing this is a part 2 of my Goldeneye live stream. And hopefully, unlike last time, I can actually pass the mission and not get killed. So let's go ahead and give it a whirl. So let's see. Oh wait, I was just up here. All right. All right. So let's try here. Okay, yeah. Definitely not looking to Sorry, coming through. I am definitely going to need that. Oh, okay, did not mean to do that. Oh man, oh my gosh. Talk about having an itchy trigger finger. What in the world? Okay, how did I end up in the locker room? Okay, oof. Whew. Okay, seriously, take a nap. Thank you. There, now I can actually think. All right. Whew. Sorry, forgot to knock. Let's see. Well, shouldn't leave any stone unturned. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so you don't have the clearance card. Though I definitely have a few. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and I think. Oh wait, no. Is this? No. Okay. All right. Okay, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Phew, okay. Phew, that was too close. Way too close. Whew. Okay, too close. Way too close. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh boy. Huh. That gets the job done a lot faster. Hey Doc, where'd you go? Oh boy. Alright. Hey, let me through. Alright. Oh great. Locked in. Okay, maybe not. Whew, okay. Really gotta try and conserve some of my stuff. Alright. Okay, alright. So let me see if I can try and find a way out of this place. Alright. I just hope I'm not going backwards. Which I probably... Oh wait, no, strike that. I am. Alright. Phew, that was close. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Minimize scientist casualties. Not kind of there. I know there was definitely one that got lost. Okay, alright. Well, so far so good. I mean, it's not looking too bad. Or at least I hope not. Well, just tell me what I want to know and I'll go. That is, if you guys have any information. Okay, I guess you don't. No info, huh? Alright, come on. Okay, alright. Oh, I think I was just here. Alright. Alright. That should do the trick. Phew. Okay. Okay, that should do it. Alright, not sure if this is the place. Let's see. Or is it? Wait, hold on. Okay, let me see. Okay, that's something new in my chat room. Okay, all right, never mind. Yeah, you know what, at this point, I think it's safe to say that I'll probably end up dying a few times before I actually start to get good at actually passing this mission. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Alright, so I was here. So obviously, alright. Just hoping I'm not going in circles, because that would just be bad. Okay, so obviously there's no vest here, so hey, 006. All right. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, phew. Well, that was close. Whew. Phew. Okay, all right. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. All right. All right. Find the plane ignition key and escape in the plane. Okay. No pressure. All right, the service runway is the obvious escape route from the Arganchelsk chemical weapons facility. 006 knew this was going to be a risky mission. His sacrifice should give you enough time to find an aircraft. Keep a cool head and you'll get out alive. Just be certain to knock out the heavy gun emplacements and missile battery or they'll swat you out of the air like a silly fly. No time for gadgets here, 007. Just improvise with what you can close to hand. Got it. Grace under pressure, as always, James. Yeah, that's James Bond's specialty. Runway chemical weapons facility. All right. Whoa, hello. All right. Okay. Okay, all right. Let's see here. So basically find the plane ignition key and then escape in the plane. Got it. Excuse me? I think I'll take that. Okay. Well, hello. Okay, well, time to go find that ignition key. Okay, alright, I got a guy with a Gatling gun. Whoa. Excuse me, folks. But I have a plane to catch. Okay, can't get in that way. Alright, got it. Alright. Whoa, okay, I did not want to be in the middle of that. Whew. Okay, alright. Excuse me. Got it. All right. Excuse me, coming through. Look out. Okay, obviously I can't use that one. All right. Excuse me, folks, but I have a plane to catch. I trust you can understand that. All right. Oh. Okay, this is definitely one way to travel around. Oh, oh man. Ugh. Ouch. Okay, that hurt. That really hurt. Okay. Ugh. Okay, that definitely hurt. A lot. Okay, alright. I think I can figure this out on the next go around. Alright, I'm gonna try that again. Oof, yeah. Let's, So let's try this again. And yeah. All right, so let's try this again from the top. So first, yeah, definitely gonna need a few of those. And excuse me. The door leads back to the gas plant. Okay, just wondering if there was any body armor or, well, other hand grenades around. Obviously, that's not the case. So, yeah, definitely don't want that. Sorry, pal, but sitting down is not a good thing to do, especially in this weather. All right. Okay. No time for gadgets or tools. Just go ahead and do what you gotta do. And try Try to survive and not get killed. Well, that got everyone's attention. All right. I definitely don't want to get in the middle of that. All right. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I have places to be. Ooh, a tank. All right. All right. All right. Excuse me, gentlemen. All right. So what we got? These guys just don't know when to quit, do they? Man, more of these suckers keep coming. All right. It's time. Let's see. Oh, hello. Oh man. Okay, objective failed. All right, I'm in trouble now. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I... Uh-oh. Ah, there goes the plane. Yikes. Alright. Oh boy. Oh man. Ouch. Oh man. Ooh. Ouch. That has gotta hurt. Alright. Let me see here. Huh. Oof, ouch. Okay, yeah, that definitely did not go very well. But hold on for just a moment. Let me see. Alright. Alright. Okay, so that didn't go so well at all. So, but let me see if, Alright. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, so obviously that didn't work. But, let me see if we can try and change that. Because at least now I'm getting the hang of this thing. So let's try this again from the top. Obviously, got to take out those anti-aircraft things, because otherwise forget it. I am not going to be able to do much of anything. So let's go ahead and try this again from the top. Alright. 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 Alright, got some hand grenades. Ooh, mines. Alright. Alright, can't waste time. Alright, can't waste time. I gotta pretty much take out whatever baddies there are. And... Alright, let's try this again from the top. Alright, let's try it. Excuse me! Hello? What's this here? All right. Okay. Alright. Time to change weapons. Alright, I got the key, so... Alright. Alright, let me see what's in here. There's gotta be some more stuff back here that I don't know about. Alright, guess not. Alright. So, there's only one thing left to do. Drive the tank. Okay, alright, did I make it? Challenges are pretty good, man. It's good to see you here, Uber Nerd. Alright, so yeah, there was definitely a bit of some delays in trying to get OBS up and running. Whoa, sorry, almost hit my MacBook. Alright, but luckily though, I was able to get it set up and running, and so now I just finished passing the 3rd mission of Goldeneye. So basically that's what this is. It's the second part of what I did last week on the Goldeneye streaming. So basically, yeah, things are pretty good. So again, everybody, my buddy Uber Nerd just joined the chat. So, and again, if you have not been following him on Twitch, I strongly suggest you do. So yeah, life's been pretty good so far. Just basically made it through. Had a short shift work-wise today. And so now here I am, basically just streaming Goldeneye. It's my part 2. Just gonna see how far I can go, or how far I can get within the next, hour or so. I don't know. I mean, it'll depend on how things go. So everybody, again, give a shout out to my buddy UberNerd527. His Twitch streams are pretty cool too. So 2. Oh yeah, have you played that game before? No. Well, aside from the multiplayer, no. So actually, this is basically this is basically a first for me. That's not multiplayer. So, but other than that, though, I mean, this game is everything that people said it was way back when, and so much more. So which is really great. So, but yeah. So again, thank you. Hello, Kill the Lamb. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a reason why this game is probably one of the best one of the best first-person shooters, and it's definitely a classic for sure. So, but yeah, I mean, so yeah, yeah, definitely one of the best N64 games for sure. All right, so let's go on to the next mission. Let's see what we got. All right, so for the next one, I got to go to Severnaya and power down communications dish and enter the base via the ventilation tower. All right, so let's see what happens here. All right, so it seems a spy satellite has detected increased levels of activity at an old observatory complex near Severnaya in Russia. Other sources have confirmed that the shipment of a large amount of computer hardware to that location, and an influx of skilled personnel. It might be coincidence that there is a new head of the Soviet Space Weapons Division, your old friend General Odomov. Or it might not. I'm really happy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad for it too. I mean, because even when the N64 app was first announced, I wasn't sure, like, okay, would they do it? Like, would they actually put it on there? I mean, I had hoped that they would, and lo and behold, they did. So, and again, like I said before, this is actually a first for me, because getting a chance to be able to play this classic game for the first time that wasn't multiplayer it's definitely been it's been challenging, but in a really, really good way though. And yeah, I mean, and I'm glad that that a lot of new folks are really getting into this game. Definitely, again, introduce the kiddies to the classics these days, because that's how it all started. That's right, folks. Before Halo, before Fortnite, there was Goldeneye. All right, so let's see about this mission. So building plans for the underground section would be ideal. They're unlikely to just be lying around, so look for a safe. There's bound to be someone you can borrow a key from. I looked over the recon photographs, and I advise you to stay clear of the main bunker entrance by the helipad. Yeah, good idea. But yeah, I mean, and again, going back to what you said, Kill the Lamb, I mean, the more people, especially new folks who get into this game, the better, because it allows them to really appreciate a lot of the classics that came out way back when, and definitely allows them to really hopefully look at new games with multiplayer experiences and really just FPS experiences with a whole new light. Because again, I mean, this is where a lot of first-person shooters really take their cues from. Not just Doom and Marathon, but also, classics like this one. So, all right. So let's get started. You ought to power down the comms dish too. There's no point letting them tell the whole of Russia. Yeah. It's cold in Siberia, James. Make sure you warm up warm and take care to protect your extremities. That's the idea. Of course, and again, folks, if you are just joining this stream, welcome. This is basically, me doing part 2 of my streaming of Goldeneye on my NintendoSwitch via the N64 app, which, again, as I've said before many times, this is actually a first for me, because aside from the one time that I played multiplayer on my friend's N64, this is my first time actually playing this game for the first time, and again, this game lives up to the hype in every conceivable way. All right. Let's go ahead and have a winter wonderland here. All right, let's see here. All right. Nothing here, so all right, let's keep going. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know what time the 3 o'clock parade is, would you? Okay, just I'd ask. Oof. Ooh, hello. Whoa, hello. Yeah, that will definitely come in handy. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's see. Huh. And what's behind door number 2? Ah, door's locked, huh? All right. All right, let's see here. All right, power down communications dish, and then enter the base via ventilation tower. All right. And gotta give credit to the folks at Rare. The level of detail again on this game is, especially for its time, definitely is it's something else altogether. All right, well, that's got to be the satellite dish. Okay, definitely don't want to go setting those off. Okay, I guess I was wrong. That is definitely not the satellite dish. All right, let's try. Okay, so obviously that's not going to work. Oh, wow, that's cool. Amps is chilling out, watching the stream. Cool. All right, awesome. And yes, folks, again, even pets can watch this too, so please, it's open to everybody. All right. And speaking of which, I've also been thinking about doing another stream, not tomorrow, but definitely on Wednesday. It won't be of Goldeneye, but definitely of a different game. So, but more on that. More on that later. Okay, yep, I was wrong. That's the satellite dish. All right. Oh. I was gonna ask if the guy wanted to build a snowman, but okay. All right. Okay. Alright, it's gotta be a way in somehow. Oh wait, that's right. Gotta go and via the ventilation shaft. Alright. Alright, so I'm just gotta find it. Let's see. It's gotta be another way through. Wait, hello? Maybe there is. Okay, so there's a satellite dish, and maybe. All right. Yes, big time. Yeah, the soundtrack in this game really is a kick butt soundtrack for sure. All right, so it's just here. All right. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay, so there's a satellite dish, and there's the, well, okay, that's one, Okay, can't go through there because the door's locked. All right, then. Let's see what we got. hello. And again, big shout out to every single composer who does, you know, video game soundtracks, because again, you know, the best ones always, those are always memorable. Okay, don't set off the barrels. And that door is also locked. It's a lot of books. Huh. Okay, so obviously that's a no-go. All right, so how about you, Kill the Lamb? Are there any games that you've been playing on your end? Oh, hello. So obviously nothing over here. Let's see what happens if... Yeah, I mean, N64, I mean, again, there were definitely some good games that stood out. I mean, for me, it's Mario 64, Star Fox 64. Again, enough said on that one. NBA Hang Time, and of course Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Especially the latter. I mean that one was like, because aside from Star Fox 64, there hadn't really been any other kind of like space fighter, you know, shoot 'em up type of thing, quite like Star Wars Rogue Squadron. And of course, okay, and I just set off the alarm. Well, I better get out of here before the whole place goes up. Yeah, Shadow of the Empire, yeah, I sadly didn't get a chance to try out, but I did hear some good stuff about it. Okay, obviously. 92 games? Holy moly, that's... Hey. The N64 had that much? Wow. Okay, alright. I mean, hey, hey, the N64's library may not be as big as, say, the NES or the Super NES, but again, it really wasn't lacking. Yeah, thanks for that tidbit. I didn't even know that it made that. Oh, seriously. Wow. Okay. 297 games, 297 N64 games released in North America alone. Wow. Okay. The more I know. Yeah, thanks for the tidbit. Okay, now let me see if I can try and... Let's see. Alright, so I gotta find a way to power down the communications dish and enter the base via the ventilation tower. Alright, so let's see if I can figure out just how in the world to power this thing down. It's gotta be something. Oh, hello. Okay, I seem to have found it. Now to see. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 3, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was the last game to release on the console. Wow. Nice. So who knew? Who knew? All right, hey, I mean, video game history here, folks. I mean, hey, stuff that I didn't even know, that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 was the last game to be released on the N64. Wow. Nice. All right. Let's see if we can try and do something about the satellite dish. is how I crack the thing open. Okay, all right. On PlayStation 2 and GameCube. Wow. So when it came out on GameCube, was it just the same graphics engine, or did they actually like retool it? That's cool. All right. Yeah, because the GameCube obviously could do. Obviously, the GameCube and PlayStation 2 could do a lot more. But wow. Again, the more you know, folks. All right. So, like the Pro Skater videos, like actual demos of Pro Skaters that you can unlock. Wow. All right. Well, all you folks who actually had the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games, be proud, especially if you had those 3 games. Wow. Demo videos of Pro Skaters that you can unlock. Wow. All right. All right, well, the good news is we got the first objective down pat, so now it's time to get in via the ventilation tower. Holy moly. Wait, no, I was just here. Wait a second, was I? All right. All right. So now I gotta find. Enter the base via the ventilation tower. All right. All right. Enter via the ventilation tower. All right. Let's see here. I wonder. Ooh, picked up a large key. And a grenade launcher, too. All right. Whoa, hello. All right, packing some heavy-duty firepower. All right. All right, time to go unlock some doors. Oh, uh-oh. I heard something. All right, let me see. All right. So the good news is I found the key. Was there a door that led directly to the... Alright, no, that's not it. Okay, alright then. Yep. definitely got their attention now. Which means I better put this... Okay, who's shooting at me? It's time I put this thing to good use. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so I know that there's at least one door that's completely unlocked. So that's not it. Alright. Yep. Well, I may not have a strategy guide, but I can still figure things out. Or at least, hopefully. Let's see. I think this was it. Or was it? Okay, no. Not this one. It's definitely another one. Picked up a safe key. Alright. Okay, so obviously, alright, that one's... Yeah, thanks, Kill the Lamb. Thanks a lot. Alright. So let me see if I can try and finish this mission. And while I'm at it... Alright. 13% power. Alright. Let's see what I can do. Anyway, thanks, Kill the Lamb. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Kill the Lamb. Oh yeah, Mario Maker 2, yeah. That's another game that I really have to get back to, because I definitely, because I really got a kick out of playing the original one on my Wii U, and then, you know, again on the Switch. And I actually had an idea for a few stages, but I never really got around to actually playing them, or actually picking up where I left off. Okay, why am I hearing the sound of a fuse? Oh, never mind. But yeah, Mario Maker 2, yeah, it's definitely a good follow-up to the original. It really is. All right, so let's see here. Let's go back. All right. Yeah, I was playing Mario Maker 2 a lot. Yep. Hey, Uber Nerd. All right. Oh yeah. Also, I mean to ask. This is to everybody out there who's watching the stream. How does the stream look on your end? Does it look choppy, or is there like a delay of any kind? Because again, I don't really. Granted, I'm still new with this whole streaming thing, but I just want to make sure that it's turning out all right for everybody else who's watching. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, so Josh, how about you, buddy? All right. Okay, thanks, Goldeneye. And Uber Nerd, okay, it pauses at times, but otherwise okay. All right, good. All right, cool. All right, thanks, guys. So I had to kill the lamb and Uber Nerd. Thank you so much for the heads up on how the streaming is looking on your end. So yeah, still getting the hang of trying to use OBS, but so far it's been working out pretty well for me. But I'm glad that there's very little, pauses, if anything. All right. So let's see. Let's see if I can try and... All right. So basically what I have to do now is just try to enter the base via the ventilation tower. But, so yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where in the world the ventilation tower is. Little pause of half a second. All right. Yeah, that's definitely something I have to try and look into. Whoa, okay, yeah, and somebody's clearly taking pot shots at me. All right. All right, bozos, where are you? And while I'm at it. All right, thanks. All right, so let's see if we can try and find that ventilation. All right, so kill the lamb. It says I have to find the ventilation. Let me see. Enter the base via the ventilation tower. So am I even heading in the right direction of the ventilation tower? All right, cool. All right, thanks. All right. All right. Yes, sir. Not at the moment. Okay. All right. All right. All right, folks. So just for a moment, apparently it seems that my battery is picking now of all times to run low. Fortunately, though, we're still alive, and luckily this doesn't take more than a few seconds to hook up. Not even. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. All right, setup and recharging. Back in business. All right. Let's do this. All right. So I've got to find the ventilation tower. So, okay, yeah, I went through there. So obviously that's not it. So now it's just a... Do you want... Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because I feel like... Because obviously for the past few minutes, or maybe 10 minutes, I've kind of been going around in circles. On the one hand, I've pretty much been... I've been having a blast with the game, though. So, yeah. But yes, I definitely could use a little bit of a clue of where I should be heading to. Okay, alright then. So the communication dish. Alright, I'll head there now. If I can spot it. Alright, let's see. See here. All right, let's see if I can find the communication dish. I should be all right. On your right. Got it. Thanks. All right. All right. It's okay, Uber Nerd. It's all good. Alright. So I'm at the dish. Straight past it. Alright. Got it. Oh wait, I think it was just... Or was I? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me see here. You had it. Okay, all right. Okay, so basically going straight past the communication dish. Okay, so... All right. Exit the door and go straight. Got it. Okay, first let me take care of these clowns. All right, exit the door. and go straight. Got it. All right, cool. Oh, left, got it. Left again, got it. Access denied. Okay, all right. Didn't mean to set the alarm off. All right, access denied. And here I thought I had the key. All right. Okay, obviously that ain't gonna work. All right. Oh, hello. Hold still. Right. So now it's just a question. Okay, so obviously that's the entrance to the bunker, but I got in there by the ventilation system. Okay. All right then. So obviously that's a no-go. Gotta find another way through. So I guess the question would be... All right, so gotta enter by the ventilation system. All right. So let's see what we got here. All right. Better stay low to the ground. Oh! Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know where the men's room is, would you? Alright, so there's the dish. And the bunker's right there. Obviously, I can't go in. So, alright. So it's that. Alright, this is the helipad. Alright. Just gotta find the thing. Enter by the ventilation system. Find the ventilator. I'll be good to go. And speaking of ventilating, let's see, if I'm pretty close, then, all right, let's see here. Let's see if maybe, all right. So obviously I'm getting close to the ventilation system, so okay, that's good news. All right, I'll just get my bearings. Oh, I think. Let's see. Yep. All right. All right. Now let's try this again from the top. All right. That door's locked, huh? Dang. Sheesh. Guy can't even... A guy can't even go into a ventilation system without even getting shot at. Jeez. People got no class these days. Alright. So that's one. I can just shoot. Okay. Aw, just woke up from his nap. Aw. Aw. But how's he doing, though? Is he doing all right? All right. Whew. Made it. Aw. Wow. Staring at me and messing with my keyboard. Wow. Well, at least he's energetic. All right. Aw. He's very small. Wow. Little winter white dwarf. Cool. Alright. You know, I got an enemy for one more mission, which I believe Kill the Lamb just hinted at that it's actually a very fun one. So you know what? Let's go for it. Let's see what we got. Alright. Copy Goldeneye key and leave the original and photograph the main video screen. Okay then, let's give it a whirl. And of course, again, to both Kill the Lamb and UberNerd527, thanks for viewing. All right, so let's go ahead and let's continue with the mission. And this time, with this one. All right, a spy satellite has detected increased levels of activity in an old observatory complex near Severnaya in Russia. Other sources have confirmed the shipment of a large amount of computer hardware to that location and an influx of skilled personnel. 007, I want you to infiltrate the space and find out what the devil's going on there. The satellite photographs reveal that there has been recent underground excavation. We'd like to know the exact nature and planned extent of the workings. By the way, this is a covert operation. You may have to neutralize the security, but try not to be too obvious about it. You'll be doing some computer hacking on this mission, 007. I know you'd rather cracking open a bottle of bubbly than cracking passwords, so I've taken the liberty of putting together a little gadget which will do the hard work for you. If you attach the data thief to their mainframe, it should override any computer security measures and download the information we require. Underground in Siberia, James. Some of us don't get further than the northern line. Of course, Penny. All right. Let's see what we got here. And as always, to both Kill the Lamb and UberNerd527, thanks for coming along for the ride. And don't worry, this ride's not over yet. All right, let me see here. Okay, so here goes. Excuse me, gentlemen, forgot to knock. Okay. Yeah, thanks. I do my best. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get this party started. Holy mac. All right. Let me in. So is that everybody? Oh, hello. That's typical. Set off the alarm. Whoa, hello. Excuse me. Whew, okay. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Excuse me. All right. Whew. That was a rush. Oh, and yep, not over yet. Let's see. Is there anything interesting? No. Okay. All right. Excuse me. All right. Whoa, hello. Okay. Whoa, okay, all right. This just got a whole lot more intense. Yeah, I did see a few bits and pieces of it, though it was kind of like more in passing, but oh my gosh. Whew. Phew. All right, whoa, hello. Yeah, Special Forces. Yeah, I kind of did. Saw a tiny little bit of it. Yeah. They only come if the alarm is ringing. Yeah, definitely gotta try not to trip those alarms. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, hello. Let's see, is there anything important here? Nope. See any body armor vests? No. Whoa, hello. Okay. That is definitely a lot. Phew. That was too close. Wait a second, you look familiar. Alright, let's get moving, Boris. Come on. And no funny business. And don't even try to dance the funky chicken here, pal. Oh. Seriously, come on. Have some class, you guys. Hey, where are you going, Boris? You're not going anywhere, pal. Now tell me where I need to go. Okay, I guess this is it. All right. Copy Goldeneye key and leave it the original. Alright, come on, pal. Okay. Alright. Holy mac. Okay, alright. Coming through. Okay, down to 1. Okay, seriously, Boris, just tell me where it is. Where is the mainframe computer terminal? All right, Boris Krishenkov. All right, now talk to me, pal. Where is the mainframe terminal? Man, these guys are just not taking the hint. Come on, Boris. We're getting bored here. Oh, ah. Oh, man. Got tagged. Ouch. Ooh. Yeah, it was. Still, though, it was pretty cool. All right. Well, let me see. All right. Well, I don't want to cut this stream short, but again, given that I do start work early tomorrow, unfortunately I do have to, but I do want to give a big shout out to both UberNerd527 and especially Kill the Lamb for coming on board and just watching the stream. You know, again, it was really a blast being able to play these next few missions, and of course, especially a shout out to both UberNerd527 and especially Kill the Lamb for some of the hints. Definitely helped me get through a few places. I probably would have been going around in circles for like another 15 minutes more. But as always, thanks to both you guys for coming on board and watching the stream. And of course, again, to everybody else out there that's watching this, both live and later on when I export it to my YouTube channel. You know, thank you so much. Yeah, good night. So again, will there be a part 3? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But again, I'll keep you posted and we'll see what happens. But again, to everybody out there, again, thank you so much for coming over and watching my stream of Goldeneye. And again, to UberNerd527 and Kill the Lamb, thank you so much for coming. And again, just thank you very much, everybody. And just stay tuned, for there will be other streams, not just of Goldeneye, on the next go-around. All right? So thank you so much, everyone, and have a good night. Oh, and of course, just before I forget, there was one other thing too. As we always say on the Arcade Archives website, keep playing like it's 1981, and of course, keep playing with power because there are no limits. Night.